What's up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this POV review by AutoTopNL. My name is Max, and today we're taking a look at this huge Mercedes AMG GLE 43 4MATIC. And that means that we've got an AMG Light. And this is a particularly special one. And why that is, we'll get into that during the driving part of this video. It's not a facelift or anything, it's just an engine update. So the 43 now has 390 horsepower and 520 Newton meters. Used to be 367. We drove it, of course, in the C class and in the SLC and in the E class. So it's still a 3-liter V6 bi-turbo and not hand-built like the other AMG engines. And well, the GLE as an SUV, I have to say I kind of like it. I think it's a bit, you know, a bit old school SUV-ish with those side steps, stepping boards, whatever they're called, with those little claws on the engine cover, on the bonnet, which is also a bit of old school AMG. Really old school wheels as well, which you get when you buy the 43. Beautiful blue, dark blue color. And you also get those exhaust tips if you order the 43. Let's check out the engine. There it is, with a red AMG line across. And well, today, you know, we're trying to find out if this engine in this car works, because I really love this engine in the C class, but you know, it has the same amount of power now, and this car weighs like 2200 kilos, you know, so it is a very heavy car. So I'm wondering if it is still AMG worthy, this engine in this car. I think this engine in the C class is definitely AMG worthy, but is it in this car? Well, we've got a lovely interior as well, especially combined with this dark blue, brown leather with, you know, really nice details, stitching, diamond stitching, and little line down the side. We've got carbon fiber as well, and brown leather on the dash. Let's start it up. And it has that really recognizable 43 AMG sound. And we'll take it for a drive along this road, drive it towards the Autobahn, and then just blast it down there. There has been a facelift for this car. It used to be an ML, then it changed to GLE. Now it's a GLE, and well, it's not a new car. They just changed the name, and you can really see that in here because there are a couple of old details, like this part right here, especially this numpad and these buttons and this screen, the menu. They have tried to update it a bit, so this is new, this menu, and yeah, there's a touchpad as well, but it does feel a bit dated, and so does this. This is really old as well, the driving mode selector. So individual, comfort, sport, sport plus, and snow mode, and a couple of buttons right here. You can use your fist to operate them. This is for manual gearbox. This is for the menu. You can okay, this is a driving mode as well. We'll go for engine data. Hill descent control and air suspension lift mode. And that's about it. Let's take it for a drive. It is huge, this car, man. It just feels so big. It doesn't even feel that much smaller than a GLS when you drive it. And that's part of the problem, because it never really feels fast. It moves, it's quick, but is it AMG fast? I don't think so. And it does 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 5.7 seconds. Top speed 250, of course. You get a nice crackle on the upshift and on the overrun as well. It does sound kind of nice, but it's just not that quick. It's not AMG quick, I think. Very loud crackles. Driving wise, I mean, it's super comfortable when we switch to comfort. The car just quiets down, the exhaust quiets down. The suspension is more comfortable. It also has active stabilizers, so that means that when you switch to Sport or Sport Plus, they firm up, and the car rolls a lot less in the corners. But it is a bit of a weird sensation that because you have an AMG suspension kit, sort of, when you get one, when you upgrade to a GLE 43, you get an AMG chassis, but the body itself and the setup of the GLE in general is not sporty or anything. So you have, in comfort mode, you have a lot of roll, and it's quite comfortable, but you still feel that there's something, you know, an AMG touch going on there. Okay, we'll just go back to Sport Plus. It is fun though. But this car really makes me think and makes me wonder, what the hell is going on? Why is this not making sense to me? This car really doesn't make any sense. Let me just paint you a picture of the lineup. So there's the GLE 400, which is a 3-liter V6 petrol engine with 333 horsepower. Then there's this one, GLE 43, 390 horsepower. And then after this, we're going to the V8s. So you have the GLE 500 with 435 horsepower. Then the AMGs, GLE 63 and GLE 63S. And there are a couple of diesels, but let's just stick with the petrols for now. And that means that you can get a non-AMG, the GLE 500, with a V8, which is quicker than this AMG. And that kind of makes me feel that the 43 lineup is a bit too watered down AMG. And I understand that, you know, it's a V6 versus a V8, but still, I think that an AMG should always be at the top of the lineup. Okay, here we go, little top speed run. Hello, idiot. And don't get me wrong, it's not slow or anything. But I think that, you know, if there is a GLE 500 available with that V8, 435 horsepower, 700 Newton meters, which is just as much as the non-S GLE 63, why wouldn't you go for that one? So, little indecisive Dutchman here, but that was already 246, I think, so top speed is 250. It will get there. It just takes a while. So what are you guys doing this weekend? Anything planned? Ah, there we are, 250. Okay, so that's top speed. But that's really how this car makes me feel. There's sort of an inner confusion battle going on. On the one hand, I think, you know, this is fine, it works in this car, but it's just not exciting enough to be an AMG, in my opinion. I would go for the GLE 500. I think that's much more of a sweet spot for this car. You have a V8, you have much more torque, and you know, who cares that it's not an AMG if it's faster than the AMG Lite. You don't get any of those crackles though, so if you have your mind and heart set on those crackles, then you obviously need a GLE 43 or 63. But if you ask me, this engine, I mean, I really love this engine, as I said in the beginning, I really love it, but this car is just too big, too heavy for this engine and for this power to be called an AMG. I think that this engine in the C lineup of Mercedes, so the C-Class, the GLC and the SLC, I think that is really a lot of fun. It's powerful enough, and I think that it deserves the AMG badge in those cars. In this, I don't think so. I would go for the GLE 500 with a 4.7 liter V8 bi-turbo. What the hell is that? I didn't even know that engine existed, to be honest. But I think that's the sweet spot for this car if you don't want to spend, you know, upwards of 200 grand in the Netherlands. So there's my 2 cents. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can subscribe by clicking the big button right here. You can also check out this POV review of the GLC 43, and you can also check out this POV reviews playlist. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you at the next one. Bye guys.